All right, so the overview of the webinar content for the How to Make a Video webinar. You can make videos with 5 easy steps. There's planning, recording, editing, captioning, and publishing. A video project should always start with a good plan, much like when you're creating web pages or if you're taking photos. You should always sort of have a plan. And answering these questions can help you come up with a decent plan. So what is the goal of the project? What's the goal of the video? Who are you trying to reach? How will you say it and show it? And where will you publish it? Now, of course, because we are all content managers of AEM, we are focusing on using these in AEM, so the where will you publish is sort of already answered. The first thing under the plan is determine if your video is promotional or educational. The promotional videos, if your video is promoting an event or is an update to an ongoing event, it's considered promotional. They have a short-term shelf life, so they're timely, and they technically do not have to be captioned. And these kind of videos, if you've got Facebook or Twitter accounts, you can do Facebook Live or do it through Twitter. YouTube also has a live function, and that's a good way to, if you don't have to edit, if it's something that's sort of spur of the moment. Here we are at the 4-H Camp Jamboree. Come on down and visit us, kind of thing, just real quick. Educational videos convey an idea or they demonstrate something. If it is meant to teach or provide educational and instructional information, it's considered educational. So these webinar archives are considered educational, and they have to be captioned and have to have descriptive text. And by descriptive text, I mean, if you've ever watched TV or a movie with closed captions on, you see the little words in the bracket that say like birds chirping or the actor exhales. Those are descriptives. And then these videos should be posted to YouTube because you can do your closed captioning there. They have an auto captioning feature that, and you can also upload transcripts. Educational videos are usually a lot longer. And if you're not sure if your video is promotional or educational, you can contact OCCS for help with this. Also, if you've got a video that isn't educational and needs a higher production value, you need to contact OCCS and they can help you with that. You can set up a video shoot with them and they can help you with that. The next part of planning is to map out your plan. So write a script. You should script your video to be as short as possible. Since we are all actually very busy, and these are supposed to be promotional videos, you want them to be, about a minute, no more than 2 minutes, I'd say. Write out your transcript, and this will help you when you get to the captioning part of making the videos. And yes, I know technically the promotional videos don't have to be closed caption. However, if you are using the videos on your website, the YouTube component requires that your video be closed captioned. So even if it is a promotional video, you want to go ahead and write out your transcript, because that'll save you a lot of time in the long run. And then while you're thinking about it, think about where you're going to stand and what you'll say. Lighting, think about lighting. I did a little demo video. I ended up having to turn on every single light in my office, and because it was a little cloudy outside, so I turned all the lights on and kind of sat in front of one of the lights. If you or whoever you're videoing wears glasses, try to be aware of reflections. I probably did about 20 takes because I kept moving my head and reflecting a big giant light bulb. So those are some things to think about. Think about sound. Try to get somewhere that's quiet. And then practice a few times so that you can reduce pauses and clunky transitions. And pauses include verbal pauses. I know that you listening, I did it right there, listening to me during these webinars, this is totally not scripted, and so I do a lot of what's called verbal pauses. So the ums, like that kind of thing, those are verbal pauses. So if you practice a little bit or you have a transcript to read, you can reduce those and make a more professional looking and sounding video. Next step is, after planning your video, is to go ahead and record your video. For our purposes, for promotional videos, iPhone or Android phone is usually sufficient for creating videos. The demo that I did with my iPhone 7. For higher quality, you can add a microphone, additional lighting, and a tripod could be used. I can tell you from shooting this this demo video that I basically did a selfie, and it was difficult to concentrate on what I was saying and holding the phone at the same time. So I know they make little, what are they called? They go around your phone and hold them, and then they screw into a tripod so that you can use a tripod with your phone camera. And those, I've actually got one for my tablet at home, and it works very nicely. Shoot your video horizontally. I know that a lot of people, and I'm also guilty of this, hold the phone straight up and down. If you are recording for the website and for YouTube, you should hold your phone horizontally, and that basically gives you higher quality, and it doesn't have to be the aspect ratio doesn't have to be changed at all. It's set already to be perfect for YouTube, and then or other video services. Same thing with Facebook Live. If you're doing a Facebook Live, do a horizontal, and it'll fit nicely in that space. Get as close as you can to the subject. So if you're doing the selfie thing, or if you have somebody helping you, which I recommend if you don't have a tripod. And if they've got to move slowly and avoid jerky movements. I've taken videos where I forgot that it was recording. And so part of the video is, me putting my arm down at my side holding the phone, and you just see this flash and then you see concrete. So try to avoid that kind of thing. And then don't use the zoom feature on your phone because your video will be shaky. I mean, you will be able to pick up every single moment, every breath. Every time you take a breath, your phone will move, and it'll be more pixelated and just look like very low quality. Editing is next. If you have to take several shots, or it's several scenes, different people talking, whatever, or if you need to include graphics, you'll need video editing software. If you have a Mac, use iMovie. That's what I like to use. For PCs, I know that before a lot of people used Movie Maker, but it is no longer an option. They stopped using it, I think, in 2012, and then just this past January, they totally do not support it. It's not available anywhere anymore. So, but what they have done is in the Photos, Microsoft Photos that comes with Windows 10, there is a video editor included, and I am going to show that to you. I'm going to do a quick demo here. No, accept it, closed. All right, so we're going to go here to, can you still see my desktop?
We can. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right, so you're going to go here to your programs, and we're going to go to Photos. Now, one of the tricky things about taking videos with your phone is, how do you get it to your computer? What I did was, after I took the video, and like I said, I have an iPhone. So after you take the video, you can share it. Now, one option, if you've got to edit it, one option is to email it to yourself, and that's what I did. I emailed it to CAES Web and downloaded it to my desktop, and then it's here available to edit. One of the other things that you can do is share directly to YouTube from your phone. So if you are unlike me and have minimal verbal pauses or flubs or lights reflecting, and where you have to edit and cut your video up, you can publish straight to YouTube. So here, what you're going to do is find the video that you've uploaded. And this is actually the raw, and I can tell because of the time. So I did a run through already so that I could have the video already uploaded and processed in YouTube when we get there to the part about adding closed captions and everything. So this is the video that I want to edit. I'm going to select it. And then right here, we've got this create button. And we want to choose a custom video with music. Generally speaking, we are not going to use music. First of all, there are copyright issues. All of the copyright, all of the release rules that are applicable to images are also apply to videos. So any video clips that you have not created yourself. That includes like TV shows, even other videos on YouTube, that kind of thing. If you didn't create it yourself, you can assume that it's copyrighted and you should not use it. Also, music. Music is the same thing. If you haven't created it or purchased a license for it, then you can't use it. So anything you would hear on the radio or you know, here in Spotify is pretty much off limits. The use of minors in videos is the same. You've got to get a guardian to sign a release form. If you're at an event and there are other people in the video, you need to get a release from them too and keep that on file. And I'll add a slide after we're done today that will include a link to, in case you have forgotten or didn't bookmark it, that will link to the OCCS rules and stuff on videos and images, and a link to those release files. All right, so now that we've clicked on create video, this little pop-up, and you want to name your video. And it should be descriptive, more so for you, so that you can keep track of what videos. And so I've already got a video demo, so I'm going to call it video demo 2 so that I can tell the difference. And we're going to say okay. And this is kind of a hybrid, what's called non-linear video editor. And basically what you've got down here is a storyboard, and here's where you would have all of your video clips. So if you had more than just the one video clip, you would just click it and drag down here. So if you had more than one, you would just click and drag them down in the order that you need them to be. And that's a wonderful first shot. So I'm going to go ahead and play this.
Hi, this is Melissa from the web team, inviting you to web.
Okay, and then I'm going to go to the end here. And you see I'm looking, when you're creating a video, you want to, especially if you're editing the video, you want to put a tail on the front end, on the end of your video, so that you can cut that off and make it look seamless. So in order to do that, we've got this video clip. Any video clip that you want to edit, you make sure that it's highlighted down here. And then we're going to click on trim. And it's going to open it up here. And this little, this is your seek. So where this is in the timeline is what image, what frame you're seeing. And these are the little trim bars. And what we're going to do, we want to trim a little bit off the top. So we're going to click on this, and you see the little seeker thing pop back to the very first frame, and you can tell that's because it's at 000. And you're going to drag this, and you can see on the video, as you're dragging, you can see exactly what frame you're on. And we'll stop there. And then we're going to click on the end. And you can see I tried to keep eye contact with the camera. But at the very end, when I was getting ready to shut off the camera, I cut my eyes. And so I'm going to go right before I cut my eyes. And I'm going to stop there. And you can click on the first and you can
Hi, this is
watch
Melissa
it
from the
to
web
make
team,
sure
inviting you to
it
Webinar Wednesdays. The second
starts exactly
Wednesday
when
of
you want
every
it to
month, we do a
start,
webinar
and
for our content manager.
we can seek to the very
Webinar
end.
Wednesdays. I look forward to seeing you on Webinar Wednesdays.
And if that's okay, you can also add text here. And so what we're going to do is I say,
Secure,
yeah, right there.
pure, secure.
And I'm going to choose classic. And I want this to be on the bottom.
This is Melissa.
Oh, it does it the whole way through. Okay, wait, let's see.
Hi, this is Melissa from the web team, inviting you to Webinar Wednesdays. The second Wednesday of every month, we do a webinar for our content managers.
All right, I don't know why it didn't start. It is not cooperating with me. Well, it looks like this is probably not the best way to add text, since there's no real way to tell it exactly where to go. So I'm just going to say I'm done with this. Actually, let me go back to text and I'm going to delete that. And I'm going to scrub through, make sure it looks all right. When you're done editing, you're going to click on export or share. The medium is good for sharing online. The big giant file would be the large, but we're going to go ahead and just do the online version. It'll make life a lot easier when you get to YouTube. Things will process a lot quicker. And so basically Photos is going to take this name that you gave the video and create a file with that name. I understand you guys can hear my emails. So I forgot to shut down my email. This is taking a very long time. I'm not very patient and we don't have a lot of time right now, so I'm just going to close this. And I am going to do it one more time. Medium. See if it gets stuck on 89% again. Nope. Perfect. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. All right. While that's spinning, I can show you that the videos, that looks fine, but this is still spinning, so I'm not sure what's going on. But the videos are saved in your pictures folder under exported videos. When you are finished with the editing, the next thing you want to do is put it up on YouTube. And I was watching the Fallout trailer on my lunch hour. It's a new game coming out, well, a new Fallout game, and I'm very excited about it. All right, so you're going to log in, which I've already logged in to YouTube. Just quickly, if you're not that familiar with YouTube, I know you probably have YouTube channels or whatever. Over here, you've got your library, and these are the playlists. You can also go right here to create a video, to upload a video. And you can also click on your little logo here and go to my channel, which is what I'm going to do. And here you can see all of your playlists, that are either unlisted or are public. This video demo playlist that I started is private, so you won't see it here. We're going to go ahead and click on create a video or post, and we're going to click on upload a video. You can drag and drop if you've got it ready, and we do. Drag and drop. And it's going to process, and this might not take so long. It didn't earlier, so, but I do have another video ready to go, just in case it takes too long. You want to give it a description. You can include links in the description. Basically in YouTube, what you're going to do is go get the URL, We're going to copy that, and then we're just going to paste it here. And that's the whole, or most of the URL. Oop. Sorry about that. I'm used to using my Mac, and so I hit the wrong button. There we go. And so processing is done. Click publish to make your video live. You can, here is where you can say whether you want it to be unlisted or private. I'm going to go ahead and stick with private. Private means that I'm the only one that can see it on the channel, but you can still share it. And then here you can add it to a playlist that you've already got, or you can create a new specific playlist for that particular video or set of videos. And I'm going to click on video demo, and then I'm going to click off of it. You can change your thumbnails. If you've got a custom graphic or something, like a 4-H logo or whatever, you can upload it here. PNG files do not work. I think they need to be JPEGs. And then when you're done and you think everything looks good, you're going to click done. And then here at this point, we're going to leave this window open right now. But at this point, if you had your YouTube video component ready to go and you had already captioned and everything, that's the last part that you want to copy. And I'll get to that in a minute. So I'm just going to go here so I can leave that open. And now here we are going to, you can either go to Creator Studio, or you can go to the video itself, click on it, and click on Edit
Hi,
Video.
this is Melissa from the web team inviting.
Now here is where you can do subtitles and closed captioning. Like I said before, the promotional videos technically do not require subtitles or closed captioning. However, if you're going to use them on your county website, the AEM YouTube component requires that you have closed captioning to, to stay within the accessibility guidelines from, federal, state, and UGA guidelines. So, and you're going to do this here. Mary Beth asked if we don't have an account in YouTube, do we need to create one? Yes, that would be a good idea to create a general office YouTube account. If you have a Google account, or if anyone in your office has a Google account, not their personal, like if 4-H has a Google account, say, I know some people do, that Google account is tied to YouTube. So if you've already got, use a Google Calendar or Google Drive to share things, you don't have to sign up for a new YouTube. That's automatically created. So here we are. Sorry, I lost track for a second. If you need help or have questions about creating a Google account or a YouTube account, you can email me, and we'll get together on Zoom and I get something set up for you. Okay, so back to the video. What we're going to do is click on this. And it's not working because it didn't do it yet. So we're going to click on the blue and click on English, and then it's going to automatically transcribe and auto sync. And you can see that bar going. It is doing. Give it a second to finish. And if you click close caption now.
Hi, this is Melissa from the web team, inviting you to Webinar
Still
Wednesdays.
thinking about it.
The second.
It takes a few minutes for the auto transcription to work. It's still not working. So if you go over here to YouTube Home, go back to video demo and we'll go to the first one.
Hi, this is Melissa from the web team, inviting you
and
to
click on
Webinar
closed
Wednesdays.
captioning.
The second Wednesday of every month, we do a webinar for our content managers.
And basically once the automatic are finished, they'll come here, they'll show up here in this list. And let's go back to the video 2 and see if it's done yet.
Hi, this is Melissa from the web team, inviting you to Webinar Wednesdays.
So it is
the second
finished
Wednesday
processing.
of every month, we do a webinar for our content managers.
All right, so I'm going to click on Edit Video. And we're going to click on Subtitles again. And click on English Automatic. And here you're going to see the transcript over here. And you're also going to see the video and where they are. Now, one of the things about the automatic closed captioning is that all lowercase, no punctuation, and they the timing is pretty close. Not always so good. So if we scroll through here, and I'm just going to click and drag. And we'll go right here, and you see this website URL. You can see how it wrote that out. They have to be edited before you can actually use them, and you can take a look and you see they're not so good. So we're going to click on edit up here, and then it's going to open up here, and here you can click on each one and just edit. Now if you need to edit the timing, you'll just go to that section.
Hi, this is Melissa from the web team,
video,
inviting you to Webinar Wednesdays. The second Wednesday of every.
So you see that the is there, and we don't necessarily want it to be there, so we can just click and drag and move these things around. Not very user-friendly.
You to Webinar Wednesdays. The second Wednesday of every month.
It's still off. The other thing that you can do, and of course when you're done here with the editing, you can save your changes. And it shows up over here as English because that's what you, that's the draft that you use. Now, because I did a lot of planning and I went ahead and scripted this out. I have a Word document, and it's big like that, so I could see it without moving my eyes too much. So what you're going to do is save. You want to save the Word document as a text file. And I'd already done that, so it's asking me da 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 da. So we're going to save as Word document, and we're going to click and go down to text. There it is. It hid from me before and I still didn't see it. So we're going to choose text, and we're going to save it somewhere. I saved it to my OneDrive so that I could get to it from anywhere. Click save. Now when this window comes up, it's just asking you about file conversion and encoding and all that. Don't touch anything there. You don't need to make any changes with that, and we're just going to say okay. It doesn't look any different than it did before, but the only thing is up here, you can see that the name of the file now is videodemo.txt. So when you're done converting your script to a Word file, you're going to come back to your video in your Creator Studio, and you're going to add new subtitles. And you want English. And we want to, I just messed around with it and didn't do any real work there, so I'm going to discard those. And here I'm going to upload a file. Uploading the file will overwrite this version of English, and that is fine because it was terrible. So since we're using a text file, we are uploading a transcript. So we're going to choose a file, and let's see, that was in OneDrive, under video, and videodemo.txt, text document. We're going to open and then choose upload. And we're going to click on set timings. It is going to automatically do the timing. And you can see there that it is spinning.
Hi, this is Melissa.
And that's the old one. All right, so subtitle timings are being set, check back soon. So it'll take a minute or two. And youtube.com. And we're going to go back to demo, and I'll show you what it looks like, the difference. So you remember
Hi,
what the
this is
others
Melissa
looked
from the
like.
web
So
team,
now,
inviting you to Webinar Wednesdays.
with the text
The
files,
second Wednesday of every
we've
month, we do a
actually got
webinar for our content
punctuation,
managers.
capitals.
To register for a webinar or to see a list of remaining webinars, go to
Actually have the URL written out.
secure.caes.uga.edu/trainings and the number 2. And remember, you have to log in with your UGA MyID. I look forward to seeing you on Webinar Wednesdays. Hi, this is Melissa.
Okay, that's enough. So you can see the big difference. That was auto-timed. I really did not change any of the timings on that. So when you upload your transcript, it does a much better job of timing it and lining it up. The other thing is remember I copied and pasted the URL in the description. And so basically, if you copy and paste a URL in the description section, it automatically turns it into a link. So if you've got other files or web pages, or you want to link to your Facebook page, whatever, you can do that by just copying and pasting the URL, and YouTube turns it into a hyperlink.
From the web team, inviting you to webinar Wednesday.
Oh, it actually is finished with that already. So I see it doesn't take long. It takes a couple of minutes. And also think about the longer your video, the longer it takes to process, upload, and the closed captions take a lot longer to process. All right. Any questions so far about, I think we kind of went a little fast with that. Any questions about videos, video editing, anything about YouTube and closed captioning or anything? All right. So then we're going to go on to actually using the YouTube component. I've logged in. I created a page for our video, and we're going to just click and drag over, click on edit. And this is what I was talking about. You have to attest that my video has been captioned. So even though technically, because it's promotional, it doesn't have to be captioned, it actually does have to be captioned for use on your site and in the YouTube video component. So you're going to make sure you click that, and we're going to click OK. Oh, sorry, I meant to click on this other tab. And again, this is the URL that we saw on this other. You can get it from here after you've uploaded your video if you don't have anything to do to it. Or you can, and we're going to close that because that's done already. I'm going to close that tab. Just go to the video itself. And here under share, you're going to copy this part, only this part right here, if it'll let you. All right, for some reason it is being weird and won't let me just copy that. The other thing you can do, let me see if it'll let me do it this time. No, it's just copying the whole thing. I think you can go to the embed and just copy. No. It used to let me just copy this part, but now it is not letting me copy that part. But that part right there is your video ID.
Melissa, you can get it from the URL up at the top too, where it says V equals.
Yeah, I was about to show them that. The thing about getting it from up here is that you don't need all of this other stuff. So we're going to go from equal sign to equal sign. Oh, not equal sign to equal sign. We're going to go from equal sign to and sign, and we're not going to include the and sign. So we're going to click and copy just that much. So generally it is a series of letters. Sometimes there are numbers in there. On this particular occasion, there are no numbers, and so we are going to copy from there and go back to our Firefox, and we are going to paste here. And I think it's showing up that way because the video is unavailable, because I left it on private. And let me double check that. So we're going to go back to edit the video, and you can click on advanced settings. Only you can view. Under advanced settings, it says allow embedding. So I'm going to cancel that, and I'm going to go ahead and change this from private to unlisted. And basically it's not going to show up in any YouTube searches, but you have it. And we're going to save changes. Now, if you want it to be publicly available and have a lot of people watch it, then public is fine too. And we've made that change. So let me see if refreshing will. Yep. There's your video, and it worked.
Hi, this is Melissa from the web team inviting.
Now, if we do another one, and I'm going to wrap it up here really quickly in a second. And I'm going to take this demo one, and I'm going to go to edit, and I'm going to go to subtitles, and I am going to unpublish and delete draft. And here I'm going to do the same thing, unpublish, delete draft. All right, so there are no subtitles. I just realized also, if you're in this screen here, here is your video URL. So after that slash, you can copy that and paste that. So I'm going to go ahead. Oh. Well, apparently you can. It wants you to select the whole thing. So we're going to go back up here under this video ID, and we're going to click that much, and we're going to copy and go back here. And you have to click this. And I'm going to paste that there, and then I'm going to say okay. And this is what happens if, actually, let me make sure I got that marked as public, which I don't think I do. I don't. So I'm going to go as unlisted, save changes. And refresh this.
Hi, this is Melissa from the web team inviting you to Webinar Wednesdays.
Well, I don't know why it's
the second
working with no
Wednesday
closed
of every month,
captioning,
we do a
because in
webinar
the
for our
past it has
content
not.
managers.
Robbie, any idea?
To register,
Melissa, that
Yeah.
check mark is kind of like when you accept the it's a legal thing, and they're acknowledging that it is captioned. It's not going to. There's no way to test if the video itself is captioned. So that's the way the content manager has to acknowledge that they have captioned the video by checking that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I used a video before that was not captioned, and it would not play. It said it wouldn't play without the closed captioning.
Yeah, I don't know. That might have been like it was private or something. I don't know. But yeah, that check mark is just to acknowledge that it is captioned.
Okay.
So
So, but YouTube makes it very easy to close caption, and that's best for your audience. All right. So that takes care of captioning. The within 24 hours is for really long videos. This particular video was 35 seconds long, if that tells you anything. So it took a couple minutes. And then now that the video is on YouTube and captioned, next step is to post it on your website, which we just demonstrated. Does anyone have any questions or discussion? Does anyone have comments? Has anyone used videos on their website and would like to share anything? Well, I thank you all for being here. Next month, I honestly don't remember exactly what the topic is for our, let me see if I can find it. Rich text component. We'll be talking about, yes, thank you, Mary Beth. We'll be talking about the effective use of AEM rich text. And so I hope to see you again next month. If no one has anything else, I'll go ahead and dismiss. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to hang out for a minute or two, and if you've got any questions, don't forget that if you need help, yes, I will be sending you the PowerPoint, Mary Beth. If you need help or have questions, need help with YouTube or with putting the videos on your website or anything, just email me at CAES Web and I'll help you out. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.